Hey guys, Ashley here. And no, I did not turn into a cat. This is my buddy George. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about him. And then I wanted to talk about the subject of being honest. Well, being honest with yourself. But George is one of my rescue animals. He's been with me 3 or 4 years now. I've lost track. Rescued him in the parking lot where I used to work. And George is a very, very special kitty. George was born with a rare birth defect where he doesn't actually have eyes. He does have eye sockets, but he has no eyes. And to me, I call him my little miracle kitty because he gets around just as good as the other cats I've had. I've seen him chase and catch flies and moths. Doesn't matter how I change the house around, he's always able to get around with no problem. And he's just a great guy and a great companion, and I love having him, and I'm glad I found him. So that's George. He's an awesome kitty. And down below is Miss Hershey. And then way over there, that's Ninja. Ninja was found as an itty bitty kitty right out here on the street in front of my house by my neighbor. And she brought him to me because she wasn't sure what to do with him. And so I took him in and made him part of the family. So he's a really awesome kitty, and he's been a great companion for George, especially now that I'm just down to the 2 cats and 2 dogs. And if you're looking for Restore, well, he's in the bedroom. He loves laying on the bed, so I leave him in there. Anywho, I'm going to flip this around, so don't shriek in horror. There we are. So, like I said, just hanging with my babies, and was thinking of the topic of being honest and being honest with yourself. And I'll take these off because I see we're getting a glare off the TV. And I'm not using my stand tonight, so I apologize for the shaky. But being honest with ourselves will get us through a lot of things. And I finally came to a realization of just who I was growing up, and how I had to finally admit to myself that I had a problem. And you're saying, well, we all have problems. Yeah, that's true. But my problem was being angry. I was angry all the time. And it cost me a lot. It cost me friends. It cost me jobs. It took me out of the church for a long, long time. But finally, God brought me to a place where I was able to get back into church, where I was finally able to admit to myself that I had a very extreme anger issue and depression, and I was able to finally get help. I talked to my doctor and said, hey, we need to do something about this. And so she put me on a couple of different medications. It was trial and error in the beginning, like anything. And we finally found the right combination to where my temper doesn't get the best of me anymore. And she hooked me up with a psychiatrist, and I saw her for a while. Then I quit. Saw another one for a little bit, and then just recently spent some more time with a psychiatrist and made a lot of forward progress and figured out a lot of stuff about myself. And all of that required that I truly had to be honest with myself. And looking back on my life and the times that I got angry, I'm always blaming it on my dad, but because he had a really bad temper. But my anger wasn't his fault. My anger was my fault. And I finally came to the revolution just recently that thinking back on these times when I really exploded, especially in public, on jobs, and other places, it was because I was being selfish. It's because I thought everything had to go my way, that I never did anything wrong. And if it wasn't going to go my way, I was going to make a big stink about it. Like I said, it cost me jobs, it cost me friends. It's caused me a lot of strife with my dad and put mom through a lot. But just like any addiction, once you realize you have a problem and you're willing to admit that you need help, you get the help, you learn about yourself, and things get better. I've been able to make some good friends. I don't work anymore because of my back and my knees. I'm on disability, but that's just a new chapter that God has brought into my life, and we're exploring that and seeing where He's going to take me. And, well, I'm happier. Things are better. I don't feel like exploding all the time. I don't feel as depressed as I used to be. And life is just better overall. So when we can be honest with ourselves, life does get better. Because we have to admit when we have problems. We have to admit when we're not perfect. Because we'll never be perfect. Ever. No matter how hard we try. But we have to call out our problems, our addictions, own up to them, and try to make things better. And because I could finally admit to myself, just like an alcoholic admits that they're an alcoholic, or a drug addict is a drug addict, I got help, lots of help, and I'm a happier person for it today. It only took me 56 years, but here we are. And so I implore you to take a good look deep within yourself and be honest with yourself. Admit your problems, and be honest with yourself that it's you that has the problem and it's your fault and you need to fix it. And you just know and see how much better you feel and how life all around you gets so much better. So we'll leave you with that. Being honest with yourself. God love you. I love you. And I'll see you later. Ashley out.